Good morning from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's only just still morning because it's 11:55 a.m. on the 5th of April 2024. It's a miserable rainy day today, and apparently we're supposed to have flooding. And so my friend Lynn rang me yesterday. Oh, Tanya, be careful when you go out to the club on Friday because there'll be flooding and they're all bringing in sandbags and all this fucking anxiety, right? But I think I shall be fine tonight because if I don't go, I've been going over the Story Bridge, so that side might be prone to flooding. But if I go over the Southeast Freeway through Elizabeth Street, it's higher up, and I don't think I'll have any problems. I haven't had problems driving to the casino in the past during flooding events, so all will be well, I'm quite sure. It'll depend, of course, on my energy levels and if I feel up to it tonight, but I'm sure it will all be fine. I can summon up the energy sometimes out of the bowels of the earth quite mysteriously against my own, gnosis at the time. So it's amazing what I can do when it comes to dancing. Housework, however, seem to be less inclined to summon up the energy for that. But I've just spent the entire morning drilling holes in my toilet seat so I could accommodate the new toilet fittings, which weren't the exact design, and so I had to make new holes for it. And then I discovered the bolt was seized on the side of the toilet where it bolts in. I couldn't get the fucking bolt off, which happens every time I have to change over the hardware, right? So there was lots of epic Tanya sailor swearing and sweating and getting myself rather upset. And then I discovered that the toilet and the floors haven't been cleaned properly, so I got myself annoyed about that. So from now on I will be doing my own cleaning because I don't see the point in bringing up someone in when the cleaning's not done properly and I have to do it again myself. So I'm a bit upset about that because I'm very fond of my cleaning lady. She's a lovely lady and we've been kind of good friends all this time, But there comes a time when your professionalism has to supersede even the friendship. So I'm feeling a bit disgruntled today. I don't like to lose people out of my life, and especially when I'm fond of them. But yeah, there was a lot of dirt around the bowl of that toilet that should not have been there. Just saying. Floor's not done properly in the bathroom again. And it's weird because I actually saw him vacuuming and mopping all the other floors. I don't know why that's not been done. It's a bit bizarre. But anyway, I'll save myself, I only pay $10 a week because it's heavily subsidised by the government. But I will save myself that $10 a week. That's $40 a month or $480 a year. And that money can go into whatever else I will spend it on, probably silversmithing or getting my hair done or some other delight. I'm not happy about having to do all my house cleaning myself because it is a burden to me. But at least I know when I do it, it will be thoroughly clean once a week and I don't have to get any unpleasant surprises like when I change the hardware on the toilet. Discover how dirty it actually or really was and is. Not cool, man. Not cool. Anyway. Today, I feel a bit out of sorts today. I think it's just the weather. I feel quite distressed today in a way. I hope my mood improves when I go out tonight. A couple of Jack Daniels and my mood can vastly improve. Not really. Just keep me at, homeostasis. Not too anxious, not too anything. Just in a nice, sanguine mood. But no, I am upset. I am upset about the whole cleaning thing because, it was good to have someone check on me once a week also, in case I die in my sleep. And it was good to have that extra bit of company once a week. So I am upset, justifiably upset. I give myself permission to be upset. It's just that if you're gonna do a job, do it well, or don't. I just don't see the point. It's just the way my mind operates. Anyway, yes. So today's memories from the 5th of April 2024 are entitled Maudlin morbidity was magically antidoted by the surprise visit of my neighbourhood children with their mothers, my little earth angels who took the sting out of my illness on such a beautiful day. Blessed. And then I posted, because I was obviously feeling a bit depressed that day. You can always tell when Mama T's a bit depressed because she chooses something bright and colourful and joyful. I posted for the cover photo, lovely sunflowers. And sunflowers always turn their faces to the sun, no matter what, no matter how. That is the nature of the plant. And I had a wonderful friend who I worked with at the Queensland Police Service Academy back in 1999 to 2000, June 1999 to June 2000. And she knew I was ill. She knew I was quite unwell, really flogging myself to even try and sustain that job. Dear Goddess. So she used to ring me up in the internal office. Don't forget Fruit Bat. She used to also call me Fruit Bat because she reckons I hung from the ceiling, which at times I do indeed. Hang from the ceiling, hang from the fucking chandeliers, babies. But anyway, she would ring me up. She'd go, remember Tanya, always turn your face like the sunflower to the sun. Stay happy. She was a gorgeous one of my proxy mothers, a woman that came into my life that took on the role of playing mummy, which I don't really need any mummies. I'm still traumatised from my actual mother, but it's sweet how over the years, over many decades even, I would invariably be kind of adopted by a loving maternal figure who would be kind and sometimes mentor me or drag me up by the hair and inspire me and motivate me, encourage me, keep me alive at times, keep me going when I was in my darkest depths of the abyss, which, believe you me, could be very, very dark indeed. So, yes, Rosie Price, wherever you are, many kisses to you, and Sylvia Shine and June Robertson. There's so many mummies. Sally Castle, Lynn Sloan sometimes steps into mummy mode, although I try not to encourage that. Try to keep equilibrium and equality and equanimity in all my relationships. I don't like imbalances of power or, dynamic struggles or power struggles. Or I'm a weird little bird. I am a fruit bat who hangs from the ceiling. But don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Oh God, I sound like my mother. My mother used to say that usually before she was going to completely annihilate me. But I do know what I'm doing, and I'm not out to annihilate anyone. I just want the right thing to be done by me. That's all. It's just that basic need that every human being has. Anyway, 5th of April 2023, and I found this utterly hilarious. Leavened bread, ain't nobody got time for that. It's bordering on being a little bit racist, so it's not my intention. It's just that back in the day it was some common quote from African American people that was being trotted out as kind of meme in that time frame. Ain't nobody got time for that. And when they applied it to Passover, the leavened bread, I found that utterly hilarious, because the reason why the children of Israel didn't have leavened bread was they left Egypt in a hurry, right? So there was no time to prove the bread and let the bread rise and punch it down and let it rise again and have, luscious, fleshy, beautiful, tasty bread. So they ended up with fucking flat bread like matzah, which tastes like crap and makes you constipated. And anyway, ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody at all, except unless you're very religious and you're into self-abnegation and being holier than thou and like your week of matzah and constipation. But oh well, here I write. Chag Sameach Pesach to my Jewish friends, family, community, which this year falls on the evening of the 22nd, so it hasn't happened this year yet. We've had 2 months this year, bringing everything, our calendar, into line with the lunar calendar. But it must have fallen at this time frame in 2023. Yes, that would be accurate. And so I wrote, and strangers in the midst, the lapsed ones, the forgotten ones, the lonely ones, the ones still asking, why? Yes, why, Desiree? Well, we all know why, don't we? That's why I don't have a community anymore, per se. May we merit to enjoy freedom. Amen to that, sister. Prosperity. Double amen to that. Truest, deepest loves. Hallelujah. Joy. Ooh. And yes, shalom. Do you like my commentary? You have to have a little bit of commentary. All the rest is commentary, people. I'm not going to stand on one leg though. We all know how that goes. Enjoy your Sederim with people who love you, respect you, and honour you. Sei gesund, that means be well. Much love from Mama T and the multiverses. I feel actually quite contented that I fought my way through to fixing my toilet seat so it can still be used with the new hardware. I'm really pleased with myself, I don't have a man to look after me, except for my psychiatrist who looks after my mental state and paid for my urologist. And I don't have a man to, make sweet love to, and I don't have a man to fix my fucking toilet seat for me. But I get by all by myself. I'm an independent woman. You should have seen when my inner man came out halfway through hacking the bolt off the hacksaw. Oh, there's some colourful language. But what can I say? I learnt all that vocabulary by the time I was 4 from listening to my parents screaming at each other ad nauseum. There goes my very handsome and sweet and so romantic and kind. Post office van delivery delivers in a van, the parcel delivery man. He's gorgeous. He's such a darling. But anyway, he usually comes in the gate, comes to meet me when he has a parcel for me and hand delivers it to me, and I'm like, I feel so powerful and so gorgeous right now. Another man who recognises my mana. Unfortunately, Mama T's not doing very much with her mana. He hasn't for 9 years. Apart from one anomaly in 2000, when was it? 2018. So technically 6 years, but there was nothing in between those two events. So it is kind of 9 years. 9 years of asexual celibacy. And I'm starting to notice the men and how gorgeous they are. So be afraid, be very afraid. Mama T is coming to life again. Coming to life again. Maybe. We shall see. Yes, Mama T is subject to changing her mind without notice. But oh, what fun we shall have. I enjoy my little bit of flirtations and sweetness. It's harmless, goes nowhere. It's all innocent. So sad, really. I go home to my beautiful little birdie who's having cuddles right now. And she appreciates and values and cherishes me. Sometimes she bites me too. But I go home to my beautiful little birdie. And there's no weird, complicated, strange little, there he goes, off he goes. Bless. There's no complications of the sexual kind with people not wanting to be real with me. There's just my little birdie and me, being as real as we can ever be, holding our line, staying asexual celibate. I was hoping that Charlie would make me a grandmother with the wild birds, but she's imprinted on me and thinks I'm her mate, which is weird. She's a female. My bird is a lesbian imprinted on me. Should I worry? Nah. Love is love is love, babies. Love is love is love. True love's for the birdies, Charlie. You should see her face right now. I can't show you because I'm filming on my laptop and she's just a little bit out of the line of vision. But she's in ecstasy right now. I'm rubbing her ear and she's like, even closed her eyes. Are you happy, Charlie? Are you a happy girl? Oh my goodness, you're a happy girl. I was feeling a little bit distressed when I started making this video, but now we're having cuddles. Mama's happy again. Yay! It's called a lay-bile mood, people. Work with me, people. But I'm okay. I'm going to go dancing tonight. Flooding or no flooding. I need to let it all out through my moodings and live my best life. Also, I haven't done any walking this week. One day, one afternoon I had a walk. But I haven't been walking every day like I used to. I'm getting a bit naughty actually. I need that 10-minute walk every day. 10-minute walk every day is 17 minutes a week of extra exercise that I wouldn't be having otherwise. I have been very tired earlier in the week. By the gods, I was tired. I don't know why I had so much fatigue. Ever since I had the Eurodynamics test, I kind of went down into a deep spiral of fatigue too, which was weird because I was already fucking fatigued from the wild dance 3 nights before. But anyway, Mama T will do what she does best and push her body, mind and spirit beyond the realms of ordinary mortal imagination and will flow with the magical musical delights of my beautiful men and alter egos who encourage me in my madness in a way. No, they do kind of encourage me. They like it when I go into my trance and spin on a dime and leave my body and just reach that moment of bliss. They like it. I'm sure they do. It's all very beautifully done too. Bless. 12:03 p.m. I was going to take a bus and have a face-to-face appointment with my psychiatrist this arvo. Arvo is Aussie slang for afternoon, just in case you come from another country and don't know what I'm raving on about. But I woke up with sciatic pain, which eased slightly, then got slammed with my gut. Oh dear goddess. Not good when that happens, people. With anxiety so bad, I was shaking, so I really wasn't well at that moment in time. So I rang his secretary back and changed it back to a telehealth appointment. I'm disappointed as I knew he wanted to see me in person. In fact, he'd been quite adamant about it. He likes to see me in person so he can eyeball me and see if I'm disassociating and where I'm at in life and how I'm travelling, and it's all very cute. But I'm simply not well enough today. I put myself under too much pressure trying to achieve things in recent months, fueled by fear about my failing bladder, convinced that if I just work harder at things, that I could take a long jump and hurdle myself into the void and perhaps fool the gods once again. But they are not having it. My indomitable bullshit, valorous Pollyanna denialism. So today I will sit in my garden and contemplate the goddess and chill the fuck out if I can. I had a weird eustachian tube problem with my right ear. Yes, I've had that again the last week, really. 2 weeks. I know I've identified what sets that off. The hard moshing to zombie. So I might have to tone back, rewind on the hard moshing to zombie and chop suey. Not spin my neck around quite so much. I'm literally doing myself some kind of injury. So I think that may also be contributing to my not feeling too well in recent days. But today I will need to stay home and stay adroit, shoulders back, boobs out, chin up. I got this. Fuck it, I'm going to mosh to zombie anyway. I know what I'm like. As soon as I hear the opening bars, my spirit goes right through the top of my head. You can almost see the fire leaving my crown chakra and reaching out into the frickin' other dimensions. It's almost like an atomic explosion. Man, if I had sex like that, I'd be dangerous. It's the reason why I don't have sex, people. I just contain my passions and all gets moshed about in the dance. But anyway, what can you expect from a warrior goddess? Sometimes we're a warrior goddess, sometimes we're a love goddess, sometimes we're a mischievous little imp that just likes to tweak things a little bit. Sometimes we're just too fucking tired and ill to care, and circling the death cult drain, which I've been doing since infancy. It all depends on where I am on the spiral of life. But you know what? Mama T is looking forward to the time when she can re-innovate her love goddess again. Hoo-ha! Will she do it? Probably not. Had too many disappointments in life. But you never know. magic happens and love is the law, people, as usual in my world. In my little Titania's realm, I feel kind of, I'm not quite sure what the word is, not quite excited, kind of like hyper aware and kind of anticipatory, and I guess there is a level of excitement. I don't know what that's about. I'll just have to wait and see, won't I? It's probably because it's nearly my birthday in a week's time, week today. I usually start celebrating my birthday a week before and I continue it a week after. The reason being I've had so much shitful, fucking awful things done to me on my actual birthday that I make sure I have a really good time before and a really good time after, so that if anyone fucks my vibe on my actual birthday, I don't suffer too much. It's like, fuck you, I've already had a good time, you couldn't ruin it for me, so fuck off. Isn't that awful that I've had to live like that over the last 59 years? But it is what it is. Yes, so you see the awful thing that already happened, it wasn't involving a romantic love partnership, but was firing my cleaning lady today. So the awful, and then the death of Elsa last, few days ago, last Tuesday. So yeah, there's already been a fair bit of awfulness. So that's probably why I'm a bit triggered and a bit spiralling on my hurdy-gurdy ride. But there will be no more awfulness. Mama T has spoken. It's done. It's done and it's dealt with. Funeral is on Thursday next week. I'll go to that because I was very fond of my Elsa. But it's all done. There will be no sabotage. There will be no viciousness. There will be no unkindness. Mama T is going to ride through this vibe. And I'll be dancing wildly tonight because there's a lot to dance about. 5th of April 2022. Trigger warning. Musings of a dying woman. 11:11 a.m. I have been down to Carindale Shopping Centre to buy washing powder and a few other items. This was 2 years ago, right? I am weak and literally feel like I'm dying. Oh dear Goddess, I'm so sick of feeling like I'm dying all the time, people. It's been 59 years of that shit. Pardon me, it's no wonder my daughter just doesn't take me seriously and abandons me in my time of need, but it's alright. Sometimes when I'm not dying, I'm living gloriously and wildly and triumphantly, and it's a work of art and magic and gnosis and my performance art when I'm dancing. It's amazing when I'm not dying. Anyway, I don't know how long this dying is going to take. Almost 57 years so far. Try 59 fucking years. I've pulled myself up from deep dives and the parlaying of Lady Death many times before, but this time feels too much. Between the constant chronic diarrhea, I was very ill that year with constant tummy upset. Oh dear Goddess, I actually thought I was going to die of that. And then the funny part was I went to my useless fucking doctor, right? This was another reason why I fired that doctor. She was so fucking useless. And she gets me to do, a stool sample. It's embarrassing, people, but you got to do what you got to do, right? And then she says to me, oh yeah, no wonder you've been feeling sick for months, Tanya. You actually had a kind of a weird kind, I can't remember what it was. She said the name of it. Some weird kind of parasite. I said, where the fuck did I pick that up? She said, oh, drinking water. I was like, what? I was livid. I said, you let me go and struggle for months feeling this fucking ill. and told me it was in my mind, but I had a parasite. She said, well, how do you feel now? I said, well, I've decided that since I was going to keep shitting anyway, that I would just keep shitting until I either died or wherever it was left my body. She said, so what happened? I said, I seem to be a bit better in recent days, doctor. Ironically, after I go to see her finally, I said, I think it's left my body. And she just stared at me. She goes, you're a very strange individual, Tanya. But here's the irony. I did get better after that. It all stopped. It's almost like I had shat it out for months until there was nothing left to shit out. And then I just lay down ready to die. And then miraculously I got better. And that's how fucking weird my body is. It's why I will not have interferences of the bioengineered kind, because my body fights everything in the most extraordinary ways. Often without proper medical treatment, because my doctor, she was quite negligent in that. The cow. I then withheld antibiotics later on that year. That was another thing. That was the final straw. Don't you dare withhold antibiotics from me with my bad lungs. Motherfucker. That's what she was. But anyway, I have to let go and let God, because eventually the gods will do the smiting for me of all the people who are negligent and incompetent and malfeasant and vicious and elitist and sadistic, and it will all come back to them, because we all have our appointed times on earth, and even Mama T has her appointed time on earth, and she's outlived her own expectations. So when she calls upon the gods for the necessary smiting, be afraid, be very fucking afraid, because the gods have my back. How do I know this? 3 months of chronic diarrhea from a fucking parasite that eventually even gave up the ghost. Or did it? It's probably found a way to eat itself into me somewhere else. One never knows with these things. So I won't be too glib about it. We won't be too glib about it, will we, Charlie? She says, no, Mama T, don't be too glib about it. Dear Goddess. Between the constant chronic diarrhea, the anxiety, the asthma, and the chronic fatigue, I am done. I told Crystal to come put a name on things she wants when I am dead. She thinks I am just being morbid, avoids the reality that I have pushed my body, mind and spirit past the finish line and jogged on further than I should have, given what I know about my own flagging body. I am holding on day by day, breath by breath, to absorb as much beauty in every day as I possibly can, as it is all over for me, sooner rather than later. But I must ask myself if it is really time to give in and leave this mortal coil of wonder, beauty and magic for the promise of a light body that no longer shits or breathes or eats or holds another living creature in its arms or makes love or smells a flower or watches the sun rise and fall over the horizon. City of Angels moment there. I love that scene in that movie. All the angels standing at the sunrise, watching a new day be born. Or was it sunset? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly flow the years. One season following another, there will be happiness and tears. Well, no more tears. Mama T's run out of tears. She's back in her manifesting joy mode, which is where she should always have been, had she not been horribly let down by other mortal beings. But it is what it is. Don't you climb up in that lampshade and chew things, Charlie. I'm watching you. You come here, come here, come here. No, don't swear at me. Do as you're told. Oh, you're a wicked little bird. A wicked little bird this way comes. I'm watching you. Perhaps, isn't that weird? I just went to paraphrase that and it's written in the next paragraph. My goodness. Perhaps I will be like that moment in a movie. Which movie? City of Angels, I remember today. Where the angels stand on a beach and sing each sunrise, or was it the music of the spheres that sung? Well, anyway, all right, come here. Go. You're a little bit full on today. What's got into you? Are you high on life, Matt? Where was I? Well, anyway, pragmatic, defiant warrior goddess Super Schmuck Tanya bought 7 kilograms of washing powder, which she was too weak to schlep, so I had to use my trolley at the back of the house, which I need to buy another one because that one broke, to drag it up to the laundry from my car. That, my friends, is a sign of an eternal optimist. I might die, but the washing will keep happening. Ha! The life force is strong with this one. In the midst of IBS storms and a weakened body, she still thinks of washing clothes and being clean and attractive and suppliant. Suppliant? Supplicant? Supple? Let me live long enough to have the joy and true love I always dreamed of. Who is she kidding? These are in quotes. This is the spirit joining in my fun, right? Who is she kidding? And then I reply, only myself, spirits of light and smite and spite. Only myself. It's a Godot-esque joke, a cosmic yoke, a carnal shit show, and a bespoke needle in the eye of every one of my enemies every time I rise up from my zombie grave and dance and play and sashay away. No real love for me today, except the birds and my dog and the garden and my strength that comes from the gods. Update. No real love was simply not true. I was showered with great love and affection only moments later when my neighbours visited with the children. Just wonderful. Look who surprised me with a visit just as I posted my maudlin post. I was a tad hysterical and wept with joy to see the children. My little angels brought sunshine into my life today. Sweetness. Can you see them? My little girls and their little friend from down the road. Just gorgeous. Perfect timing, Margot. I was right off my fucking head that day. I was feeling so awful and wrung out and distressed. And then you came like a magical little guardian angel bringing your little ones, and, you know, it was just gorgeous. Thank you so much for that day, my gorgeous girls. 1:11 p.m. Wow. Sitting at Margot's place as the dogs and children are playing. I fell in a deep hole hidden in the grass on our walk over here, so have Princess ice packs and am resting my foot, feeling much loved in spite of my descent into despair. Grateful for my earth angels with their impeccable timing and the sweetness and miracles of life. L'chaim. That means to life. It's a toast we Jews say when we drink. I still say l'chaim every time I toast someone. I can't get out of the habit. Freaks some people out too, but too bad. I toast to life because I know what it means to barely be alive and to struggle to stay alive and to fight for self-determination and for life itself. I know more than most ordinary mortals, so I will always drink to life, people. Here I write, vaccine mandates are being eased as of 1 a.m, April 14th. I'm finally being permitted to live as an equal in society, which quite frankly that draconian discrimination should not ever have been allowed to occur in the first place. By the way, the stressors of the last 2 years have depleted my health anyway, without once having caught COVID, sighs, although I did catch it in October 21st last year, so that was disappointing. I had thought that I might be actually immune to it, but alas no, eventually it caught up with me. So, but yeah, the worst of when it was more dangerous, I managed to avoid it. So someone with a capital S upstairs is protecting me, as someone often does. I guess when I feel well enough and brave enough to risk the swirling confection of infections by going out in public, I can go dancing again. This is an early birthday present to me. Celebrate life and dance. 5th of April 2021. Last night I watched an episode of Stiesel which struck a chord with me. The almost 90-year-old grandmother is staring at a painting of the sea. In her imagination, the sea comes to life and she surges with the waves. A dizzy spell? The Yiddish grandmother, that means the Jewish grandmother, asks her son, "Take me to the sea. I haven't seen the sea in 60 years. The son says, "He has too much going on, another time." She then asks her granddaughter who visits her, "Let's go to the sea." The granddaughter also demurs. Mind you, Israel is a tiny country, so the distances can't be that long for fuck's sake. Makes me wonder why the old lady hadn't bothered to go to the sea in 60 years. But then I haven't gone to Byron in 4, so that too is odd. So the old lady orders a taxi from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv. This was so poignant. I cried a lot. I really did cry a lot. She sits on a bench, staring peacefully and contentedly at the sea, an old friend. Then she dies. I too miss the sea. It's only 20 minutes drive to Wynnum Beach, or 25 or 30 minutes to Wellington Point, or 40 minutes to Victoria Point, or 2 hours to my most favourite beaches in Byron Bay, growing a tad hysterical here. I ask myself, why am I denying myself the succour of the sight of the sea, the salt air, the seagulls, the commingling with eternity at the event horizon? Why this self-punishment and isolation in the hills of Holland Park? No wonder I'm getting crazier. When I am certain of my time, I will take myself to a beach somewhere too. Wise old lady knew where her spirit needed to be to free herself and fuck her useless family. But I've already arranged with my beautiful friend Jared that we will go to, weather permitting and all being well and me not being right off my head or not feeling ill in some other way, we will go to Byron together on Sunday, which ironically will be the 14th. Yes, the 14th of April, because I'm going to go dancing on Friday night on my birthday, so I won't have time to go to Byron. Or I could have time to go to Byron and back on the Friday, because since dancing doesn't happen till 11 p.m, but I'll be overtired if I do that. I won't have the energy to dance. So I've arranged with my handsome, gorgeous, wonderful adopted brother, my friend Jared, that we will go on Sunday, and I'm excited because I haven't been to Byron, and it's actually almost 5 years now, if truth be known, because I got mandated out with the COVID mishigas, and I hadn't been since the year before. So 5 years, I finally get to stand on the ley lines and feel the beautiful energy coming up from the sea and the bay itself, and the view of the mountains, and breathe fresh, crisp sea air. And I'm really looking forward to that, people. It's how much I've missed Byron Bay. It's like a holy place for me, sacred space for me. I call it my Zen zone. And I've had all these miserable low life, or they're not low life, but no, they're not low life, that's the wrong word. But I've had all these miserable down in the mouth people go, you won't like Byron Bay, it's not the same, it's all changed, it's all built up, it's not the same culture, and the people were not the same, and it's just awful. And this particular person I'm quite fond of, one of the guys in one of the bands I followed. But that was down in the mouth, my darling. It was. Pull yourself together. Get your ass to Byron Bay. Hell, even one day you and your wife and your partner might even come along with me and enjoy the day together. Oh, that would be a bit, that's pushing the envelope. There's nothing romantic between us. Just go as friends, But anyway, I just realised that sounds crazy. They're not my intimate friends, as in that we socialise and go on road trips together. Pull it back in, Tony. You're going a bit fucking bonkers. But anyway, this particular gentleman told me over Christmas that he was utterly drained and exhausted because he works all the time and, suffers back issues. And my inner shaman came out and I said, you need to have a complete day of rest. You need to go to Byron Bay or somewhere equally beautiful and play no guitar and no music, and don't even play any kind of music, and have just a day without stress. I said, with your beautiful partner. He looked at me in astonishment because he didn't know that I knew he had a partner. But I'm not stupid, people. Hello. It's the reason why I don't turn up the sexuality beyond the Richter scale, because these men are all in partnerships. They're not available. We stir each other up a bit, but we don't go beyond that, Anyway, I said to him, you need to go to Byron Bay, preferably a 3-day holiday, no work, no nothing. Read a book if you like reading books. Just sit on the fucking beach and just breathe. He thought I was bonkers. He said, "No, but it's a 2-hour drive to get there. It's a 2-hour drive back," which it is. It is a long drive. Not as long as it used to be. It used to take me 3.5 hours to get there one way. Back in the old days before they carved a highway through the hills. But anyway, he says to me, "And it's not the same," well, I just told you before, "It's not the same, and the culture's different, and it's just such a disappointment." And I'm like, dude, you don't get what I'm saying here. As a shaman, I'm telling you, you need the ley lines. I'm sending you to Byron Bay for medicinal purposes. Don't worry about the built-up industrialisation and the rich fucking precious pretentious spoilt fucking elitist yuppies. They're just souls like you and I trying to make their way through. Ignore it. Go and have a nice lunch somewhere with your partner or wife. Enjoy life. And then sit on the fucking beach and just osmose all the energies. Because that's what I'll be doing. Hell, it's too cold to swim this time of year. But I might even consider putting on a swimsuit and swimming even though it's cold. Because I need the energies. Also, it's my birthday. And did I mention I need the energies? Oh, I'm sucking it up already and I'm not even there yet. I can go anywhere in my mind's eye. It's where I go when they put me in MRI machines, by the way, in the old days. I had to have an MRI. They said, "Where are you, Tanya?" I said, "I'm not here, mate." "Where are you?" "Byron Bay." How can you stand that? All the noise in your ear, machine bangs in your ear. It is quite triggering, because I'm not here. I'm floating in Byron Bay in the sea right now. There's dolphins, there's there's whales, there might even be an occasional turtle. I said, I can remove myself like that. Even they had to laugh at the techie that was doing the MRI, managing the machine, I had my urodynamics test, which was very uncomfortable and very violating and awkward, I won't go into details, but it's not pleasant, people. "Where are you now, Ty?" "Byron Bay." And they laugh. They don't realise I'm perfectly serious. That is my happy place. Nothing shall come between me and my happy place. And I tell you what, if my friend in the band listened to me and actually went there and obeyed my shaman's orders, he'd be a lot fucking happier too. In fact, we'd all be happy if we could all afford to live there. We too would be running around like elitist, pretentious fucking arseholes because we'd be in a constant state of bliss. Like, I get it. I do get it. I get it more than they realise. Anyway, if you want to make Mama T happy and do something nice for her because you love her deeply and you think she's cute even in her anarchistic revolutionary ways, take her to Byron Bay and sit with her and hold her hand and look at the sea. I'm a sad old cow, aren't I? I am. I'm a bit sad. It's alright. I would have gone by myself in the last 5 years, but to be honest, I haven't been all that well and I'm worried about the long drive there and back on my own and worried about things going wrong with the car. There's nothing wrong with my fucking car, by the way. Not at this point in time. But I had all that anxiety, last year I was worrying about my brakes and so I didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. I haven't been living my life to my fullest capacity, people, and it's wretched. Absolutely wretched. When I reactivate my sexual mojo with some gorgeous, wonderful, loving man, whoever that person might be, because it's in the lap of the gods. There'll be a lot of revivifying myself to full capacity and maybe even beyond. Why am I living like a half-dead corpse before my time? It's ridiculous. I'm 59, not 509. Dear Goddess. After losing my beautiful friend Elsa last Tuesday at 94, what kind of quality of life am I giving myself, living in fear of lack and loneliness? I just have to take life by the balls and just shake it up a little and give it a little squeeze and just keep going, Like, why am I living like this half-dead, lackluster, mediocre existence when I could be with people who adore me and want to be in my company and want to go out with me and do wonderful things with me? It could happen one day, Anyway, Jared and I are going to happen on platonically, because it's my brother. We're going to be having our happening on Sunday, the 14th. Will be a happening. Last time I went with him and my daughter, I was off my head in some weird state. I don't know what that was about. I wasn't well mentally. I didn't even enjoy Byron Bay. That's how awful it was, how unwell I was. And you know what? They had no idea. They had no idea how unwell I was, really. But when we got to Byron Bay and I was still in this weird fucking mental state, I don't know what that was. It was odd, even by my standards. And at one point though, Crystal looked at me. I think she could see that I was kind of in a weird dissociative state, because she is, after all, my daughter and grew up with me and has seen all my states. She was very nurturing at that moment in time. I remember we were standing on Belongil Beach, and I just started moving forward towards the sea, because that does revive me, people. It's my fire. My fiery spirit actually needs the water, the ocean, to bring me into harmonic resonance and balance. So I started moving towards it, and Crystal looked at me and she said, "Mum," and I went, "Yeah." She said, "You're really not well today, are you?" She actually finally realised, and I was like, "No, honey, I'm not travelling too well." And she was quite sweet at that point in time. She held my hand, and together we walked into the sea. And she sort of looked into my eyes and she said, "Will you hear it, Byron, Mummy? I hope you feel better soon." It was really heartfelt, And I can't remember what awful shit I was going through at that point, at that time. It triggered me to feel so awful, but it is what it is. And so anyway, we walked into the sea, and as soon as my feet felt the waves washing around my feet, my spirit literally went up through my crown chakra. I literally unfurled like a lotus and came alive. And Crystal saw it. She was watching it happen in front of her, watching me go from being very, very distressed and dark and, not quite grounded in my body, to just. And even she looked and went, "That's good, Mummy. That's good, Crystal." She can be a sweet daughter when she wants to. But I don't know. She's changed since they had the transubstantiation. The sacred fucking needling of our, stealing our souls out from under us. It's just horrific. I want my daughter back. I want my real daughter back. She could be ambivalent even before the transubstantiation of the sacred needlecraft happened. She could be a bit weird with me even before. But now it's beyond, beyond, beyond. Well, Byron Bay will remind me of what's important. Magic, awe, mystery, truest, deepest, most honouring, most loyal, faithful, profound, devoted, affectionate, passionate, romantic, loving loves. That's what's important, people. I shared a meme, this is still in 2021. It's a quote from the Dalai Lama. People take different roads seeking fulfillment and happiness. Just because they're not on your road does not mean they are lost. And the person who shared that meme was called Erica Stanton. And she wrote, "One of the major problems facing humans today is our need to be right. My way is the way. Your way is wrong." Did anyone ever consider that perhaps there is not one path? Be love. Heart, Erica. She's quite correct on that. I replied, all roads lead to nirvana. Come as a friend, as I hoped you would be. Follow the yellow brick road. And I shared another meme. Just because you're supernatural, unstoppable, manifesting machine doesn't mean you can't ask for help. The universe, and that too is true. Got to know when you need to ask for help. Hyper-independence is a trauma response and sometimes counterproductive too, says she who from now on needs to clean her own house, but it is what it is, babies. Oh dear Lord, help, enough ass kicks, cut me some slack. And I shared another meme. It's a beautiful painting by Gaston Bussière of Isolde in 1911. Tristan and Isolde, if you know that legend. And the quote was from somebody called Mike Dooley, which I thought was wonderful, which is why it's up on my vocal media and preserved. You're waiting for that magical day when someone makes the connection and recognises who you are. Maybe they'll first catch the sparkle in your eye, or perhaps they'll marvel at your insights and the depth of your spirit. Someone who will help you connect the dots, believe in yourself, and make sense of it all. Someone who will understand you, approve of you, and unhesitatingly give you a leg up so that life can pluck your ready, ripened self from the branch of magnificence. Well, I'm here to tell you, your wait is over. That someone is you. And I wrote, yes, Tanya. No one will ever love me or rescue me. It's all on me. A hefty burden given my life experiences, but along the way there were brave, supportive earth angels lifting me up when I could not go on another moment. And 3 years later, I can honestly say I have been immersed in much, much love in the last 7 months since my Beauregard died. I've had so much love flown to me. So it's not true that no one will ever love me. I just have to accept the love as it flows to me in the echelons it comes from, with sweetness and grace and love anyway. It was here's another meme I posted. God will always bring the right people into your life, but you have to let the wrong people walk away. You do indeed, my darlings. It was a long, arduous process, but I'm finally free of the former cloying, false friends. I can actually breathe again, me, an asthmatic with sleep apnea, breathing fresh, rarefied air in the current epoch of coronavirus. It was not easy, but I'm making my life more and more beautiful each and every day. Some days I slip back down into the abyss, but then I stretch eagle's wings and I fly. The COVID years brought a lot of people in and out of my life. I had to let go of a lot of false friends and toxic people. And it wasn't easy, but now I'm flying and I'm surrounded by people who do recognise my spirit and my energy and love me accordingly. So sometimes you do have to let go to invite real loves in your life, real, meaningful, heartfelt loves. April 5th, 2020. Now I'm experiencing hot and cold chills. What the fuck? I was so cold that I turned off the aircon. After the room heated up, my skin exhibited goosebumps and I felt chilled. I kept the aircon off as I was cold anyway. Now I'm burning up like a radiator got turned on. The gifts of menopause, people. So frustrating. Bobo was beside me on the couch. He seems drowsy and depressed. This global oppression is killing me, metaphorically speaking, plus menopause, plus weird sensations in my mind and body. It makes me wonder what spirit is preparing me for next. I am so tired too. I slept well last night, from 9 p.m. till 8 a.m. That's a good long sleep, Tanya Aarons. By the gods, almost 12 hours. I miss those days when I could sleep for 12 hours. I'm glad I got to spend time with Lynn yesterday. I always live such an isolated existence. This too shall pass. I've just realised I forgot to take my bloody bladder medication this morning, for the love of all the gods. I better do it now, I forget again. I'll be back in a moment. I'll leave you with the twittering of Charlie. Talk to the people, Charlie. Talk to the people. At least I haven't had to use the air conditioner today. It's the first time in many months that I haven't needed the air conditioner going. It's a nice 25 degrees. It was hot the last few days, 28 degrees and 29 degrees and humid as fuck. But today's actually a lovely day, in spite of the grey and the rain. But anyway, gotta take the good with the bad, don't we, people? Let's just get Charlie here. Charlie, come here to Mama. What are you doing? Are you being the best possible birdie you can be? Yes, I know. You're going to be a good girl while Mama goes to Byron Bay. Mama's going to Byron Bay next Sunday. Yes. You don't know what Byron Bay is. I could take you to Byron Bay, but you'll poo everywhere. You'll be all through the car, be in my hair, you'll be everywhere. I know, but you was cute and adorable. You was cute and adorable, Charlie. Speaking of cute and adorable, here's a photo of my handsome beau. My truest, deepest love. So pissed off about losing him still, people. I am so pissed off. What can we do? That was back in 2020. Afternoon snooze while the mama watches Tracks movie on World Movies on TV. 11:11 a.m. Make a wish. It's almost 1:11 here too. It's 1:07 now. 5th of April 2018. One of my foster cats, I suspect Sophie, kept me awake by bouncing off doors and walls last night. Not even a full moon. Mad creature. I miss her though. I miss that mad little creature. I'd do anything to have her bounce off the walls again. When she does this, she usually pees somewhere too. Yet to find the peesh deposit. Hopefully she was just having one of her regular breakdowns. Meanwhile, Socks is lying on the kitchen bench, quietly observing me eat muesli. Sometimes he stalks me for the milk leaves, but not today. The rash on my hand has spread to my left arm and is travelling up my arms. I'm worried it might be a food allergy, but the only new product I've eaten is the new musk flavouring I use to make musk sticks, which failed but made nice musk flavoured marshmallows. No codes on the bottle, so I can't track which chemicals have set me off. It might just be from the garden and not a food allergy. But anyway, fuck my life. Just getting over epic asthma/cold thingy that nearly killed me on several occasions. Then now this. My body hates me. Maybe I am allergic to life. That would be right. I'm biding my time until payday next week and will take myself to Byron for some much needed cleansing in the ocean. So that was 2020, so it wasn't 5 years ago. No, that was 2018. It's 6 years ago. Alright, gee, time's getting malleable. I'm having trouble holding it together, people. For some much needed cleansing in the ocean. That will help me heal my skin and my soul. I miss Byron. I need the sea. Psychedelic dreamer. Sighs. Anyway, happiness is an inside job. So I'm mentally lying on the beach, surrounded by bliss bombs of beauty, serenity, sunshine, and delights. Yeah, baby, I got this. I can't wait to be a soul without a body. Careful what you wish for, Tanya. I nearly died a year later. So I can travel the cosmos for free in a microsecond of thought. In the meantime, I have this hobbit body to haul around, so I might as well make good use of it. Oh dear, did I try to make good use of it not long after I wrote that post? It wasn't good, people. It wasn't good. Never mind. 5th of April 2016. So many parasitical, verminous, fucking, feckless, useless, awful men that I took as lovers back in the day. It's why I am the way I am today. Broken and circumspect and an oddball and still dreaming of a true love partnership. On that note, here we are, 1:11 p.m. If you're of the number sequences kind of magical bent, make a wish. I wish for a decent, honouring, loving man who values, cherishes and adores me. Oh fuck, I won't get that now that I've said it out loud, will I? Oh, never mind. You have to laugh. Oh well, the gods and the angels know what I'm like by now, and if I was meant to be in a loving, sexual, nurturing, nourishing, soul-nourishing, kind, honouring love partnership, would have happened by now. 5th of April 2016. Can you see the twinkle in my eye? There's a twinkle in my eye that should not be there. Naughty, naughty, Tanya Aarons. But you feel my vibe, don't you? You do. You do. You feel my vibe. 5th of April 2016. I had a lovely day yesterday with Jared and Harvey. We cooked together, very homely. Then we watched a food documentary called Cooked, which was fascinating. I slept on and off most of the day. I drove down just now to Pet City to buy fish food. They are so expensive, so I only bought a small one. I will stock up on payday. This is how I live, people. It's just fucking awful too. It's enough. It's time I prospered in all my undertakings. Seriously. Then I stopped to put air back in my leaky tyre. I will have to either fix it or get new tyres. It keeps leaking. Now at the dog park, but he tried to attack one of those pig dogs. Holy hell. That thing could have snapped his neck. Lucky it is a gentle dog. But I grabbed Bobo and took him to the small dog area where he can't get into scraps with the big dogs. My little Beauregard had little man syndrome. He was utterly fearless, like me, right? Am I right? Hobbits and their hobbit dogs, utterly fearless, going on adventures. Yay! It has been a nice day, what I have seen of it. I am still exhausted and my chest still aches. Just going to keep taking things easy this week. There's another big jump. Oh well. 5th of April 2014. I'm feeling a tiny bit depressed, waiting for the beautiful creature, she who I refuse to name because she sickens me to my core to this very day, to pick me up and take me out. This was in the good old days when, I thought the friendship was real and authentic and sweet and kind and honouring. Not. Dinner and the Elephant Hotel tonight. We shall rock out to the early hours of the morning if it kills us, and it generally does. I feel a bit maudlin, as I wish I had a man in my life who could do for me all the great and wonderful things my sisterhood does. Oh, poor Tanya, you poor motherfucker. I do love you though, you mad bitch. It doesn't seem fair that all my gorgeous women friends, apart from a few, are single and get generally ignored or taken for granted by men. It's both beautiful and insane that the only sense of true romance nowadays comes from other women. My psychiatrist says I have an unrealistic fantasy that men will be there for women and that women have always had to form their own groups and cleave together for support. This is true up to a point. I am, however, almost 49. And I remember a time 30 years ago when men were still men and women were still women. And men used to make heaps of effort to impress us, and we were often truly impressed. Or if they were a schmuck, we faked it till we made it. And women actually looked forward to dating, relationships, marriage, and loved being surrounded by gorgeous, generous, devoted men. I'm having a Mae West moment here. Or who's that other actress? Marilyn Monroe, when she comes marching down surrounded by fabulous, handsome, devoted men. But that was just show business, darlings. It's not real unless it's real. Mama T has a way of manifesting things into reality, though, does she not? Roll over Hollywood. Mama T is back. After spending my weekends out, the very idea of being with a man makes me feel quite nauseous. Just the huge impact it would have on my life, as in cooking, cleaning, and sock darning alone. Yes, it does cross my mind from time to time. I mean, all this pining and yearning and praying and longing for and dancing for and singing and creating art and longing and making jewellery and whining for my truly beloved one to claim me as his own, and then I'll have to turn up the regular sex and the cooking and the cleaning and who darns socks anymore? No one darns socks anymore, surely. That was probably a metaphor for something else I had in my mind at the time. But anyway, it's like, what am I actually signing up for with this weird contract with the gods, asking them to bring me my truly devoted, ardent, loyal, faithful, to me, passionate, loving man? I think I've gone insane, people. That's what's happened. Somewhere in the last intervening years, I lost my plot. I might never get my plot back again. But alas, no. It's perfectly healthy and normal to want a loving partner in your life, especially when you've never had one before, really in real terms. They were so fucking monstrous. I would love nothing more, I continue writing, than to have a man to cuddle and make love with, to cook with and for, occasionally. Let's not get too crazy here. Mind you, let me just, on the subject of cooking, Jared and I, friends and relations that we are, we often used to cook meals together. He supported me a lot in cooking after my ugly, putrid, evil, life-threatening, dangerous fucking divorce. My darling Jared would turn up at the doorstep on dinner time and would march in and help me cook dinner with my kids. And he would do it in such a lovely way that cooking was indeed a pleasure. He would put on lovely music, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, or some other popular soundtrack at the time, and we would sing, and the children would dance, and I would dance at the kitchen, and we would have, some glasses of wine, which is guaranteed to make me dance since wine gets me drunk, and we would just be silly and frivolous, and he was a wonderful friend to me, my Jared. Thank you for being you. Without you, I don't think I would have survived those years at all. I really would not have. So thank you for being a real family to me and my daughters. Anyway, to talk with, laugh with, dance with, and be playful with. And Charlie. However, I don't seem to attract the kind of men who want to do that with me. Just the casual in and outers, the players, the mouth breathers. Ooh! Several men actually breathed on me last night while dancing. I was going to complain, but I was so hot and sweaty, I was almost grateful for the unsolicited, cooling manifestos. Yuck. I tell you, I truly enjoy my male friends who don't creep me out at the end of the night. Men I can laugh with, philosophize with, be myself with without judgment. I miss those guys. Poor Brian is in the lockup, detoxing for 3 months. He's mad, but out of all the men in the night I meet while out, he is the kindest, sweetest person. The irony is you have to be degenerate, broken, and mad to find yourself. Been there, done that, still doing it. Well, Mama T ain't so degenerate anymore, except maybe when it comes to making commitments of the cooking kind and the cleaning kind. I might backslide a bit into degeneracy, but for a man who adores me and treats me with deep love and respect, I might even pull that together and astonish myself. Oh, you have to laugh. I have decided that in my delinquency I am quite a powerful woman. That huge bodyguard man from America grabbing my hand to protect me tells me he gets that I am not as tough as I appear, but I've got the feeling he felt like being protected himself. A stranger in a strange new land, with nothing but feral, drunken, violent men around him. And then there is me. He must find it all very unusual. Of course he hails from New Orleans, and when I first spoke to him, I told him I wanted to meet a bona fide voodoo priestess if I ever went there. He laughed, said, "There is one on every street corner," but he got my vibe. I'm trying to figure out why he is still in Brisbane, as when I met him a few weeks ago, he said he was bodyguarding Bruno Mars. Surely Bruno has moved on by now. Anyway, I will thank him for his chivalry next time. It's nice to see not all men are callow, low-life, misogynistic bastards, just the ones I take home. So I'm doing a major rethink about my sexuality and my conquests. I mean, I rarely have sex as it always ends bad, so why bother? I do miss the intimacy though. Perhaps I am insane to miss it. I get more intimacy from my cat and my bird, who's trying to bite me right now. You my little baby. You is. Even my goldfish are happy to see me. Oh well, rock on, Vitania. Work to do, people to inspire, and so it goes. I must remember what year this was. That was Herb I was talking about, by the way. He really was sweet to me. Maybe I should have gone there, hey? But nah. He was sweet, but nah. Anyway, 2014 still. I danced all night with Creature. I had a brilliant time. Pity Ledouche at the end of the night appeared with another woman. That was Dave. I find game-playing men to be irritating and a waste of my time and energy, indeed I do. I was, however, touched by the sweet gesture of the very large African-American man who placed his hand on mine in a protective gesture to hold me back while some assholes were being thrown out of the pub. I haven't had a man be protective of me like that, ever. It was a tad disconcerting. I told him I am all good, as he was with a lady, so I didn't want him or her getting the wrong idea. So it is lovely to meet truly good, kind people out in the world. Protective people. I ended up driving Jo home, so I have her car here. Time to sleep, so I can return her car later. 5th of April 2013. 4:33 a.m. Time to sleep at last. Yesterday was a lovely day with Lynn, Peter, Danny and little Ali. I spent the rest of the evening on Paltalk and pottering, gluing broken bits and pieces, and made some craft, now exhausted. Tomorrow workmen arrive to put up scaffolding for my new roof going on Saturday. Been a frenetic week. The house will look lovely when it's all done though. Wow. Just move off there, Charlie. Thank you. Wow. My comment of 5th of April 2022. Wow, my roof is 9 years old now. 11 years now. I've lived here for almost 19 years. 21 years. On 5th of May. Time is fleeting and slipping away like a mirage on a hot day. I have been so sick for a week now that I too feel like my personal physicality in this 3D matrix is glitching, and I am about to leave this dimension. The gods won't allow it. They simply won't allow it. It's astonishing, people. But then I have survived so much more than this, so who knows? My roof is newish, the fence is newish, and I too am in a constant process of metamorphosis. Back to sleep I go, so my brain can rebuild this catalyzing corpus and renew aspects of me while releasing old, worn-out cells. New growth on the battlefield of cell division and cell attrition. Good night, Lila Tov. 5th of April 2011. I had a pleasant evening at Gail's. She cooked me a nice dinner and we watched TV. A story about biblical and archaeological correlations in history, which I loved, and the final episode of How We Made the World. Very interesting and confronting. I was looking forward to seeing Being Human because I love the quirky black humour, but it was a repeat. Oh well. Still in 2011, when I was enthusiastic about my new GP, right? Update on new GP, manifestations and healings, ancestry. Mixed mind boggle today, lol. I woke up early, like 12ish, for my 1 p.m. doctor appointment. New doctor, lovely, female, and totally sympathetic about the last male doctor's horrific fail when it came to female examinations. Results all clear, so I'm incredibly relieved and happy about that. Scripts all filled for ongoing asthma, hyperhomocystinuria, and anxiety issues. Lol. Hopefully I won't need 2/3 of them. So far I am physically alive and well and prepared to die happy. Not just yet, bugger it. I had to pay out of pocket, which meant I had to pay upfront $85, which luckily I withdrew money from my pension to cover it. Seems my days of supermarket doctoring are over. If the bastards won't treat me correctly because they have to bulk bill me, then I will have to pay privately, even though it's a big ouch. I must remember to only get seriously sick on pension days. Not good. I wasn't too bad because I got rebated from Medicare immediately, but still, the almost $20 it cost to see the new doctor is pittance to most people, but a lot to me. I have been manifesting abundance, prosperity, good health, and happiness on the Quantum Healing and Transformation Talks hosted by Shifra Hendry. She hosts speakers from all walks of life in energy healing. Which reminds me, I've got to go to the shop soon and go and get some vitamin D. So my lungs are playing up and I'm slip sliding away, people. It's not good. I figure it can't hurt and it's something to focus my scattered, beleaguered energies on instead of money worries and love losses. I hope it works even on an unconscious level as I'm ready to power surge forward and claim what is mine by divine ordinance. No, Charlie, don't do that. Naughty. No, I don't mean the Mormons can subsume me in my lineage and put me in their ordinances. Lol. They have a habit of stealing dead Jews and converting them to Mormonism post death. It's just evil to do that. Really evil. Anyway, so it's a tongue-in-cheek joke at that. Don't climb on the laptop, Charlie. No. Arm it. And she's going to poo. Come here. You're a really naughty bird. Don't you bite me. Come here. And she bit me anyway. You know what, Charlie? I treat you too much like you're my equal, and it's going to stop. She is my equal, though. She's the new world leader. She's taken up top position since Beauregard died, and it's anarchy and chaos most of the time. Oh, where was I? Oh, Mormons stealing, the converting dead Jews to Mormonism and putting them in their ordinances. Don't do that. Hell no, this Jewish woman won't go, and neither will the countless Catholics and Protestants, because they protest too much in my ancestry. Still searching for the missing Irish Jew ancestor, and am devastated beyond belief to think my foolish uncle lied to me about being Jewish by ancestry. Ha! My great-grandfather managed to get himself excommunicated from the Roman Catholic Church. That was my red-headed Irish great-grandfather, Thomas Phillips, who was, like me, a force to be reckoned with. It's in the genes, people. He actually probably got excommunicated because he was a bigamist. So there was that. I'm not a bigamist, though. I'm definitely a monogamous woman when I get going. But it is in the genes, so who knows? You have to laugh. I suspect that, like me, he had a higher intellect than most people, and with the Phillips attitude and bolshiness, well, I can see how the bishop would have liked that. Now his great-granddaughter is a Jew, so that is the best outcome for all. My Catholic Irish ancestors are all rolling in their graves right now, but it's me, your progeny. Yes, I can thank you for all the weirdness too. 5th of April 2010. So tired all the time, wake up tired, go to sleep tired, nap several times a day, and yeah, you guessed it, still tired. Lucky I like my sleep, isn't it? And my half-sister's half-sister, Heidi Surexi, wrote, "Hi darling, it's normal. I am not surprised. Your whole being is processing major life events. Kiss, kiss, kiss." And my other friend, Margot Salem, wrote, "I agree with Heidi Tanya. Just enjoy and know that grief presents itself in off ways sometimes. Happy birthday for the 12th. And I replied, "Thanks, ladies. It's so frustrating because I finally got into a better sleep pattern of only sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day a month before Mum died, and now I'm back to being a zombie." Zzz. Thanks for all your support, and yeah, I'm looking forward to celebrating my 45th birthday in some special way, as life is short and every day should be a celebration, especially if you've had a life like mine. So party on, friends. And thus concludes today's readings of Even Date. It's actually stopped raining out there, but it still looks grey and awful, so it could probably keep raining later on. But I'm going to go off and go to the pharmacy and get my vitamin D and my folic acid and solifenacin, stock up on my medications, and I might even get myself something nice to eat because I'm kind of hungry, and have a beautiful day on planet Earth, my beloved ones. Stay safe, stay happy, stay vibrant, stay free, stay wild, stay gorgeous, and love the ones who love you completely and truly and honouringly, passionately and romantically and faithfully, who are devoted to you, who love you in all your unique, unusual, individual ways. Saying this to you, YouTube world, but it's a prayer and a manifestation for me too. Live your best life, and remember, always and forever, never ever let the bastards grind you down. Bye for now.